All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word and sincerity and truth on the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm just back with another quick lesson about, trying to teach, foolish people. A lot of times, and I, just recently dealt with this, somebody who actually was inquiring about the truth, acting like they were, sincere about learning. But, after a while, the Spirit revealed that, this man was just trying to, undermine the true doctrine, the questions that seemed sincere in the beginning, became, what am I trying to say? Like facetious, man. Like you just start trying to, like I said, undermine the doctrine, for lack of a better word, He tried to come with what he perceived that he knew. And, the best thing to do in those situations is, like the scriptures say, let the unjust be unjust still. You know what I mean? Don't try to kill yourself or break your neck trying to teach somebody the truth, because if they don't get it, they just don't get it. It's nothing that you can really do. If the Most High got the blinders on them, you know what I'm saying, what are you really going to do? So let these people, like the scripture say again, be unjust still. Let them follow their doctrine. If you believe chicken is unlawful, man, all right, that's cool, man. All right, if you believe we're not under the law anymore or something like that, that's cool. When I say it's cool, it's wrong, but it's nothing you can do about it, man. Don't stress yourself out, man. All right, we understand the concept of the elect. It's only a certain amount of people that's going to get the truth, that's going to be blessed with the understanding, all right, with the ears to hear and the eyes to see, But I'm going to start in Titus 3 and 9. It says, but avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. All right, foolish questions, man. All right, avoid foolish questions. If somebody's asking these foolish questions, just, shrug it off, man. Or play it off. All right, don't, try to go into these deep breakdowns for a fool, man. Scripture say wisdom is too high for a fool, man. All right. It says genealogies, because that's another question that everybody asks. Well, prove, they want you to go on ancestry.com, which is bullshit, and prove that we go all the way back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. It's a spiritual thing, man. You know who the Israelites is through the Spirit and also through the prophecies, man. So genealogy is not something that, we don't have a book mapped out of our lineage. You know what I'm saying? Therein, that's where the faith comes. You know what I mean? And just the understanding of who the Israelites are through the prophecies, man. So anybody who's asking you will prove that you go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, prove that you go back to the tribe of Judah, that's foolish, man. Because we don't have the records, man. Us knowing that we the Israelites is like divine intervention, man. The Most High breathe the breath of life back in us. It's all spiritual. So it's not no thick-ass book that has every Israelite name in it on the planet, you know what I'm saying, that we can just go back and show you. That's a foolish question, man. And that's just unbelief as well. If somebody asks you, because that's one of the questions the dude asks, well, can you prove that you're Israelites and da-da-da-da-da, and I mean, I don't have a physical copy of anything, no, but through the prophecies and like the scriptures say, the Spirit bear witness that we are the children of the Most High. So we can explain it to you through the prophecies and through the Spirit. Israelites is a certain way. It's like every other nation. You know what I'm saying? But the Israelites stick out more. So it shouldn't really be a question of genealogy, man. Unless you just don't believe, right? It says in contentions, all right? Because that's another thing that these people like to do. Like last week, I was at camp. It was an Edomite. He just came over there, standing close to brothers and saying, "Oh, I can stand where I want." He's just trying to, cause some contention, man. We too wise for that, man. Don't haul off and punch nobody in the head. And then you in a different, not a different, but a fucked up situation. but you could bring more hell on you in this place, man. And it ain't just Edomites that do that, it's niggas too, man. You Israelites, man. You 2/3. They just say shit just to get you going, man. There's no foundation of any type of knowledge or wisdom of the things that comes out of their mouth. They just say things because they want to see you react. Because they know sometimes out there, brothers don't overreact, but brothers is passionate about this thing. And sometimes that passion turn into that aggression, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, But just know that they know what they doing, man. It's these niggas, you gotta watch all these people, man. They know what they doing. They probably seen a video with brothers on the corner, speaking with that passion, being loud, and so when they roll up, and it could have been in another state, but when they roll up on an Israelite camp, they want to see the show. They want to see, the back and forth in a contentious environment. Don't get them people what they want, man. And striving's about the law. All right, that's one of the big things. Either and I'm talking about dealing with Israelites. Either Israel, these 2/3 think that we are solely under the law and faith isn't a factor, or they think the law doesn't exist at all anymore. And that's one of the main things when you're trying to teach somebody who professes to already have knowledge of the scriptures, man. I had this guy, just for example, he believes that the law is done away with, right? Which is not, because what else would the Most High judge us off of? All right, the law is what makes us the Israelites, is what separates us from the other nations. That's the binding contract that we broke, but we still try to follow the law to show the Most High our faith, man. All right, but getting back to the point, he thinks that the law is done away with completely, right? But then he told me that chicken is unlawful, and then he tried to go into the law to explain it. That's the confusion. That's the foolishness. How can you say that the law is done away with, but then to make a point, you go to the law? The law shouldn't be a reference point for you at all if you believe that the law is done away with. That's the mind of these people, man. And when you first come into the truth, you get upset about that, man. But it's funny now, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the point where I knew, okay, it ain't even no point in dealing with. He confusing himself. He don't believe in the law, but try to check me on the law about some chicken, which we know chicken ain't unlawful, man. Come on, man. Serious? So these are the foolish questions that you need to avoid. And we had this thing, sometimes, we all growing in this thing. The feeling that you get when you see a brother understand the truth is a great feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? So you might, try at first, but Most High gonna show you who's a fool and who's wise, man. And when the Most High show you who's a fool, stop dealing with him. Only a fool gonna keep dealing with a fool, and you ain't no fool. You know what I'm saying? You got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So, just move on, man. All right, like the Most High, hey, we fishers of men. You know what I'm saying? When sometimes you throw the net out, you get bad fish. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, but catfish might be in the net. Would you gonna keep the catfish, man? Man, throw that shit out, man. Just like you got to dispose of these people, It says, for they are unprofitable and vain. It's unprofitable, man. Talking to a fool is unprofitable. It's a fool, man. You ain't got no understanding. All right? But I'm up to Proverbs 19 and 29. Judgments are prepared for scorners and stripes for the back of fools, man. All right, they gonna get judged. All these scorners who whether they on the internet or they come to your camp and they just constantly scorning, our judgment is prepared for them. It may have not been executed as of yet. The Most High got their number, man. And stripes for the backs of fools, man. Going back to stripes on a person's back is punishment, man. All right. the judgment is prepared and the punishment is going to come. All right. It says, I'm going to hop to 17 and 10. It's still in Proverbs. It says, a reproof entereth more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. Going back to the stripes, man. All right. A simple reproof of a wise man enters his spirit easily. You know what I'm saying? But a fool can get his back with 100 stripes, man. And he still don't get it, man. So if that's the analogy that's being said as it pertains to a foolish person's mind, if 100 lashes can't get it, you going into the scriptures can't get it, man. Meaning pain and punishment. Just look at the Israelites, man. All this pain and this punishment that we go through, they still don't get it. They still don't want to learn. They still don't want to humble themselves and listen. So don't, stress yourself out trying to talk to a fool, man. And we do it this out of sincerity. You know, it ain't like, it's like, another person want to learn about the truth or inquiring. Initially you want to teach them. But once again, once the Most High show you that they foolish, hey, let them fools be fools, man. Let the unjust be unjust still. But I'm going to hop to 2 Timothy 2 and 23. But foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender stripes, man. Foolish and unlearned questions, avoid that shit, man. You got people, they come with the Christian doctrine, which is just easy to cut up, man. I'm talking about the Black Baptist Church, Jesus is love shit, That's fool. A person who believes in that is only going to ask you foolish questions. For the most part, because you may have had brothers that was into that and came into the truth. But for the most part, man, they only going to say goofy shit. Jehovah's Witness come up. You think you going to have a wise conversation that's the foundation of it is wisdom with a Jehovah's Witness or a Muslim, especially a black Muslim? Hey, come on, man. They gone. They too far gone. Once again, though, with the exception of the brothers that may have been in those said religions and came into the truth. So always an exception. Most High plucked us from everywhere. But the difference between like a Muslim right now in the world that can't get it and a brother that was a Muslim that's in the truth, now he humbled himself and listened. He wasn't, when he heard the truth, he wasn't fighting for Allah. You know what I'm saying? It was just, what it is. When you first hear these words, man, it just resonate with your spirit. It's the truth as soon as you hear it, man. So I ain't gonna keep rambling on. I just wanted to make that, quick lesson, just because it's something I dealt with recently, man. Let the foolish just be foolish, man. No matter how much, if they're gonna get it or not. All right. So I hope that video was edifying. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.